from St. John's College, Agra. Next. As we know the importance, it is very important for environmental consciousness, as it shows whatever we are doing, whatever bad we are doing, whether we are damaging or disrespectful ways we are doing towards our environment, we are just destroying our home and our lives. In a few years back, in 2012 and 2010, Bolivia passed a law for the defense of Mother Earth, and also again a law on Mother Earth and integral development to live well. Both of these laws represented countries' effort to balance environmental conservation and sustainable life within it, and how to prevent it. Also, a few years back in 2020, World Economic Forum published an article discussing how we can go from ecocentric to ecocentric and how we can tackle the environmental issues. Next. Environmental issues like deforestation, air pollution, waste disposal, loss of habitat and climate change, or more correctly I say climate crisis. Some of the eco-centric solutions are building a relationship with nature, like spending some time with nature and correlating ourselves as a physical being and with correlating our mental well-being. Walking the talk, like leading an example, what we give example of to others, we should follow it or lead it. There are many efforts by WHO, like Global Walk the Talk. There is now an app also on the website. You can download that app and you can create small communities that can follow this Walk the Talk. And this Walk the Talk is generally walk. You can run, you can dance, you can just do whatever, and you can have to cover some 3 to 7, maximum 7 kilometers. It's for the health of for all challenges. So it's just an initiative by all the people. We can also follow. The website is there and everything is given on the website by WHO. Next is giving nature a voice, employing experts that can accurately represent interest of the natural world. Because this environment can't speak by itself, so we need some officials. Next is bringing nature into reporting and governance mechanism, making all the government officials and the corporate policies makers accountable whatever environmental impact they are making. So Mikhail Gorbachev also have stated that we are in urgent need of a new environmental consciousness on a global basis. So we need to educate people. As Professor Susan have just discussed about educating the people or children, anyone, as given by the 4th SDG and by other speakers also it has been discussed earlier. So our country have done an initiative by UGC, which have drafted guidelines and curriculum framework for environmental education to inculcate at the UG level, and it is based on the 6 out of 17 SDG levels. Next. Now, environmental consciousness. What are the factors? There are some factors which are composed of environmental consciousness, like environmental values, conservation of resources, prevention of risk, and concern for survival. Next, previous one. Environmental motives. It's an individual concern about environmental issues. We are different people, we have different concerns, we have different motives. Then environmental knowledge or education. It enhances critical thinking and their own problem solving and decision making skills. We are able to do whatever we like to do or make decision about the environment. Then environmental attitude. This is the tendency of favor and disfavor the perception and feeling. What is right to be is not definitely correct or right to other person. These all factors give rise to eco-consciousness, which help us in making green choices, like using renewable energy sources. The 3 R's we know: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Became a warrior against waste, or spread awareness. So next, environmental education. Environmental education is more than environmental knowledge we have. Environmental knowledge which is being given to us, and environmental education is a process that allows individual to explore about the environmental issues, engage in the problems related to it, and take appropriate actions. As a result, one becomes more diligent about the environmental issues and have skills to be make informed and responsible decisions. Some of the components are awareness and sensitivity, knowledge and understanding to the environment and their challenges, attitude of concern to improve or maintain environmental quality, skills to identify and resolve their environmental challenges, participation in activities and resolve problems, environmental challenges, giving a green lifestyle, work towards protecting the natural environment from destruction and pollution. Develop critical thinking, which I have already discussed there. Please next. Environmental awareness. When we get educated, then it's the time to get aware. Awareness is what currently is happening around us. So it's means it's informed about your natural surroundings and understanding our actions, how they affect the environment on the local level and on the global level itself. It is important as the environmental challenges are increasing in the world, like we have already discussed. Climate change, deforestation, drought, flood, global warming, water scarcity, environmental pollution. When we are able to understand all these issues and make appropriate lifestyle changes, then we will definitely contribute to its preservation and conservation. And this is what all environmental awareness is all about. Next. Now, I'll focus on environmental pollution. We know what is environmental pollution. The contamination, physical or biological, on the earth system, which is the extent is above the normal level, and it is mainly man-made, but can be natural also, like volcanic eruptions, emission of natural gas, soil erosion, dust for storms, forests, cosmic rays, and many more. Many types. We know we are studying from childhood: air, water, soil, radioactive, and noise pollution. Other pollutants are the types of carbon, sulfur, nitrogen, hydrocarbon, particulate, SPM, RSPM, dust, pollen, fly ash, etc. Photochemical smoke and acid rain. Next. Next. So I'll focus on the finer particulates with the diameter 2.5 micrometers and less than that. This PM 2.5 is very important and very necessary for us to study, and it's very harmful at that time, because when we inhale air, it goes deep inside from our esophagus to the larynx and deep inside the alveolus in the lungs. So some part of it is soluble in the blood, and the other part gets accumulated in the alveolus in the lungs. So,
Madam, please conclude.
Okay, it is causing inflammation, reduced lung function, asthma, and various allergies. It causes cardiotoxicity, seeing irritation of autonomic nervous system, which regulates activity of heart muscles. Toxicity in blood composition, abnormalities which create heart attack and strokes. Also, in it has a risk of neuroinflammation, cerebrovascular damage, leading to stenosis, thrombosis, hemorrhage, and lead to strokes and memory loss. It also is very dangerous when it, especially for females, when they are their pregnancy. It also affects their fetus and intrauterine growth retardation. Delivering preterm babies. Next. Here we will be considering children as the most sensitive subgroup among pregnant women, adult and elderly, because their body is still in a very developing stage. They have a developing nervous and immune system, low lung function, and they breathe a greater volume of air compared to their body weight as compared to adults. They have high absorption rate and higher sensitivity of hemoglobin towards heavy metals. And also allergies like wheezing and coughing are very much and reoccurring again and again. And we can see in the picture above that if a child have developed asthma, so it will be there in his or her adulthood and in when he is.
Madam, kindly conclude because we have many speakers.
Next. Next. Personal exposure monitoring is the true relationship with its surrounding. So it's a relationship with its microenvironment, socio-economic factor, behavioral activities, which is breathing, response to the daily activity pattern, along with their existing health issues. And that all this exposure is how much, how long, and how frequently they are inhaling all this polluted mass. So air quality problem is different for
शांति बनाए रखिए जिससे कि सुनने में आनंद आए.
And it's different for one individual and it may affect different people differently. Next. So this was the study we did in Ghaziabad city in a school. Next. This is the methodology. Next. Let's skip. Next. Next. This is the questionnaire survey where it was seen that cold and flu symptom was highest, along with allergies like breathlessness, those stuffy nose, vomiting and fainting, and then headaches, irritation in eyes, nose and throat, and shortness of breath. And we found that around 42% of the children were not aware of the environmental conditions. Next. These were the trends. The PM2.5 was found 2.01 to 2.39 times by National Ambient Air Quality Standard and 4.83 to 5.74 times higher by WHO standards. The crowded road automobile emissions are responsible for the formation of fine particulates that can penetrate indoors and in turn are supposed to increase health related.
Madam, kindly conclude, please.
1 minute. Next. Next. So we can, by this study, such kind of study which is based on personal exposure monitoring can help us in improving the ventilation system, surroundings and behavioral activities by reliably and introducing some economically reduced exposures. And we can also develop personalized exposure models. And with consistency, yes, with the work we have done with consistency with emission standard and air quality standard, we can understand the particle exposure contribution, density, penetration, and other processes along with the health data. Next. Next. So environmental consciousness, what we can do? Environmental, we can do by educating people. In the school, we can add some curriculum, we can give seminars, we can have discussions, questionnaire surveys, and help the students, children, and the school officials to make them understand what they can do for themselves. And we can also collaborate with medical persons. Next. Next. So when we are educated, when we are conscious, we will definitely go for the green choices. When we go for green choices, we will have to be aware of the greenwashing. Greenwashing is the fake production of green choices. choices. They just fakely give a tag that this is the organic material and it is not that organic. So we have to be aware of that. So we should have that attitude of positivity towards environmental product. Green marketing, we should have production, see where their production and marketing utilization and when whatever they are dumping may not affect the environment. Then green behavior, whatever they are using should not be harmful. All these environmental consciousness, environmental attitude, environmental knowledge have a significant effect on green purchase behavior. Next. These are some of the publications. Next.